The 27-year-old Coronation Street star announced she's expecting her second child with boyfriend Scott Sinclair on Monday, and in her big reveal with OK! Magazine she announced the struggles she has been through thus far. Speaking candidly, the star, who has a 2-year-old daughter Matilda with Scott, said the pregnancy news was a surprise shortly before explaining, "I had hyperemesis gravidarum. It lasted for 5 weeks. I was just so ill." Helen and her footballer boyfriend Scott, 28, have been together since 2009, but he now hints that they will get married pretty soon. While they are over the moon at the news, she admitted she went through hard times early on in her baby journey, which she described as horrendous. She said, "I have just been really poorly. I couldn't go into work and do any filming. I had hyperemesis gravidarum. It lasted for 5 weeks. It doesn't sound like a long time, but I was just so ill. Luckily it cleared up at 10 weeks. I know some women have a horrific time and end up in hospital for 9 months, so I was lucky, but it was horrendous. I did end up having to go to hospital here in Glasgow. I was there for a good few hours and they put me on a drip. I had some scans, fluids and anti-sickness injections. I was so poorly at this point and was prescribed some tablets. There was some concern that I might be having an ectopic pregnancy, but I'd actually got a water infection." Aside from her woes, Scott said, "It was a little bit of a surprise. I was away in Dubai with my family. Helen couldn't come as she was filming.She. She found out on a Thursday, but had to wait until I got home 5 days later to tell me." Helen added, "I did 3 more tests just to make sure it was correct. I had a very strong feeling I was pregnant, so I wasn't surprised. I was very happy, but I was a bit taken aback as this baby wasn't in the plan. I knew I would feel a lot better once I'd told Scott." Curiously, on the cover of OK! This week, Helen, who is expecting in 2018, debuts a sizable baby bump. Just 5 days ago, the blonde was last pictured at the Sun's Military Awards in London with only a modest hint of a baby bump. The first months of her second pregnancy have not been easy, she admits, with Helen revealing she had been suffering with the same severe morning sickness that the Duchess of Cambridge has battled during pregnancy. "It petrifies me. Before I went into labor last time, I cried. I was really scared. Helen, we are going to have the baby here in Glasgow. I think it's quite nice that we have Matilda in Birmingham as Scott was playing for Aston Villa then, and now with our second baby, it will be nice to tell him or her they were born in Scotland as Daddy plays for Celtic." The actress explained that her daughter would like to have a sister, but they are yet to find out the sex of the baby. The couple hinted that marriage could be on the cards, with Helen explaining, "We both would love to get married, and for us all to have same name." Scott went on to add, "I think we'll get married pretty soon." Actress Helen returned to ITV soap Coronation Street in 2017 after a 5-year break from the show. The model, who was this year nominated for Sexiest Female at the Inside Soap Awards, played Rosie Webster from 2012. She previously said, "I've matured and I've got a little girl, which makes you grow up a lot. I see it completely differently now. I've come back. When I was younger I enjoyed it, but didn't really appreciate what a good job I had. When you go away for a while it can make you really appreciate it. Motherhood, she added, I think motherhood matures you and makes you a happier person. You absolutely love being a mom. It's nice to come home from work and see them all excited. I think motherhood gives you a purpose. I'm a lot happier now. Helen left her daughter in the care of her mother when she returned to work, but put a relationship at risk by moving away from her boyfriend to continue her career. In February, she said, I'm loose women, Matilda and I live with mom and dad during the week, and at weekends we're in Glasgow with Scott.